Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, and also dear friends, it is our pleasure to welcome you today to this event that is the centennial and the decennial of EUSTAR and WSF under the title that United We Win. And it's my great pleasure to be here with Carol Black, Yannick Lanor, Sue Farrington, Pete Van Riel, Dan Furst, and Francesco Delgado. And it's a real pleasure to have you here because this event is dedicated to all of us that have worked in the last 20 years together, and our work has been devoted to our patients. And that's the reason why we are here, mainly. And you know that the fight against the disease has started a long time ago. And I just took this statement from William Osler that is really impressive, to consider scleroderma the worst, the most terrible of all human illness. It's something that can unify us together today. And 20 years ago, we had a dream. You see, this is the first meeting. Some of you can recognize yourself. And you see which were our aims. And here, all together, we are just starting. And Alan Tyndall will give us all the evolution that has been taking place that led to the creation of EUSTAR and then to the evolution up to the WSF and to the World Congress. And this is one of the first slides we had all together preparing. And some of our colleagues are not here today, unfortunately, but it was a great event, and we started with great pleasure. And I can report the apologies of Chris Denton, who unfortunately could not make it to be here today with us. And so let me start from Paul Klee, because we thought about Paul Klee at the beginning, and Paul Klee is our reference point because he died of scleroderma. And that's the reason why Alexander Klee was the patron of the World Scleroderma Foundation. And you see here the last address that Alyosha, Alexander Klee, gave at the last World Congress in Bordeaux. And I'm sorry I wrote 2024, but it was 2018. I'm sorry for this. And I'm so happy to have here with us Professor Dame Carol Black. That is our patron. Thank you, Carol, for coming. Thank you very much. And this is an event with is twofold importance, because you see this was the first World Congress in Florence in 2010. But on the left side is Dan Furst, Alan Tyndall, and me signing the papers that will start the World Scleroderma Association that took us then 3 years later in 2013 to have the World Scleroderma Foundation from the association. So this is a very important event, and Alan will tell us about this. And also we had several congresses, and you see here up to Bordeaux, and then in 20 and 22 we had, in order to survive with the COVID, we have also the congresses, e-congresses, online congresses, and we did it. I'm happy to say we did it. It seemed impossible, but at the end of the day, we did it. And Laszlo Cyriak will tell us about the first EUSTAR course in 2005, in January. And we are also proud because the patients are sitting with us today, and the president of FESCA, Sue Farrington, is with us. So Sue, you can see here 2006 in Amsterdam, when the announcement was made that FESCA was created. and we were all together in those times. And then Dan Furst will tell us about the VIDUS study that started in 2013 and was published in 2022. So exactly as we thought it would be, because this is the original slide of 2013, so we were really on time, exactly as we thought it should be. And then Dan will tell us about the classification criteria and even more about this. And this is a seminal moment because Yannick, Alanor, and myself, we are signing the contract with EULAR that is releasing EUSTAR, and EUSTAR is becoming part of the WSF. Very important moment in our life. And then there was a great experience, and Ulf Müller-Ladner will tell us about the Decipher project, the first European project we did, and then the whole team, the EUSTAR team, will tell us what is going on today and not what will go on tomorrow about EUSTAR and all the initiatives. And then Masataka Kuwana will tell us about what is going on with JSRD. We are very proud to say that we are almost arrived to what we are waiting for, but Masa will tell us much more about this. And then Dinesh Khanna will tell us about the first branch we have opened in the States, we call the Friends. And Maurizio Cutolo will also address the evolution of capillaroscopy from 2000 to now. And you see this is the original picture that he gave in 2000, categorizing the capillaroscopy for our use in practice. So it is thus with great pleasure that I would like to ask Professor Thomas Krieg. I hope he's online. I don't know if we can have him. And also to have Thomas presenting about the WSF strategy for the world granting system. Please, Thomas, and welcome with us. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Let me start by saying first that I very much regret that I cannot be with you today on this occasion. From the beginning on, it was the aim of the WSF to implement a grant system which allows to fund scleroderma-related work. The system should not only concentrate on research projects for better understanding the pathology of scleroderma, but should have a very broad focus on all aspects calls the WSF joint forces with other national organizations, since resources have to some extent been limited. Here we have on this slide listed a few examples, which again demonstrate how many different research areas have been covered during the last 4 years. Beginning of this year, the WSF joined forces with the Edith Bush Foundation for an exceptional call for 2 really large grants. But before I go into the details of this call and tell you who the winners of the calls are, I would like to introduce Dr. Schambacher to you, who represents the board of the Edith Bush Foundation today in Milano. He is a dermatologist, and he will give you a very short introduction to the Edith Bush Foundation, what it is. May I ask Dr. Schambacher to come up?
So, dear Chairman, dear committee members, ladies and gentlemen, many thanks for the invitation to take part as guest at your anniversaries. I represent the Edith Bush Foundation. In accordance with the wishes of the donors, we support basic research in the field of systemic sclerosis. The Edith Bush Foundation was established in 2013. This means 10 years ago. Since that time, we support the DNSS. This is the German data bank for sclerosis in Cologne. In addition, EBS, the Edith Bush Foundation, promotes through the support of ongoing research as well as through the awarding of prizes to honor research that has already been done. We are very pleased to work together with the World Scleroderma Foundation and EUSTAR, and we hope to get a part in the success of your work. We like to continue this support with your motto, United we win. We hope we can be successful to reach improvements for our suffering sclerodermy patients. Thank you. That's it.